Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Kicking Aces here in World of Tanks. And the first thing I want to make sure that I get out into the open before we get too far into this battle is that there are bots in this game. And if for some reason that disqualifies the video from you, feel free to skip this one, move on. Let me know in the comments if that's not okay. Downvote it if you want. But there are some interesting things that happen in this video in terms of the battle. It's very close. It goes right down to the end. I do make some mistakes, something I think that, I can learn from the battle. And at the end of the battle, we'll find that this is an ace tanker earning performance, and it's kind of a weird one. So for all those reasons, I thought I would put this together for a video for the channel and then let you guys see it and decide. This isn't about me just like racking up big damage numbers and owning the bots. So let me know how you think that plays out in the comments for this video. So we're in an assault battle on Redshire, and I am in one of my favorite tanks. It's my trusty tier 6 premium medium tank, the Cromwell Knight. And I'm in this is kind of weird. Assault on Redshire isn't something that I've seen happen too often in my time playing the game since I've come back, maybe once or twice. So I'm not really sure where the best places to go are, but the Cromwell, if you can get it into a position where it's not getting shot back and you can just let the gun go, it fires very rapidly and it's pretty consistent when it's shooting at tanks its own tier or lower. So we're in a nice position here where most of our tank is protected by this rock on the left, and we've got a T-150, and that is not a bot, that's a real player, and we are just throwing out damage, shot after shot. The gun's firing on reload, we've got him tracked, we've got him pinned down, and we can just farm the entirety of that tank. One more shot, boom, there we go. First kill in this game for the Cromwell Knight. And now there's a KV-1S kind of peeking over the ridge. That is a bot. You can tell by the first name. It's like, if it's a one-word name with a capital letter at the beginning and no numbers, something simple usually, that's an indication that's a bot. So we didn't get the kill on that KV-1S, but we did plenty of damage. And as you can see, the battle is really close. We're down one tank, and it's going to be like that the entire time here, back and forth. Because this is an assault battle, we only have 10 minutes, so the action is fast and furious, and the bots are usually pretty quick to die out in the battle, so the numbers get whittled down very quickly when you have that combination of events. Okay, so you can see my team is kind of pushed pretty much entirely on this flank. We see a Chaffee poke over the ridge and kind of make a little bit of a spot for some of my team. We get one shot in, we're spotted, and poke out. Can I get another shot in there? We just missed. He retreats down, and my shot went behind him. And now we've got a deadbolt, which is, I think, one of the mercenary tanks. I'm not super familiar with it, but I am hidden far enough back, and there's this tree between me and him kind of perfectly so that I can shoot and shoot and shoot, and we're not even getting spotted in return. So, unfortunately, I think that last shot there hit the husk of that dead tank. Otherwise, we may have had a chance to kill that tank. I think we needed 2 more shots. That would have been 1, and then just 1 more to go in would have been enough. So a BDR G1B, again, another bot, was kind of moving across my field of vision there. We put 2 shots in to take that tank out, and I think that's our second kill for the battle. And now this light tank, is it the Chaffee again? Makes this, yeah, it is, the Chaffee. Goes across our entire flank here and then gets stuck up in this corner where he's spotting everybody and creating a crossfire, so we need to get him out of there. So I push up to try and help out, and man, it is so difficult to shoot these light tanks in this game. If you don't have a gun with super high shell velocity, it's really tough to hit a moving light tank. Even if you're stationary, fully aimed, taking your time, it's just tough to do. Thankfully, as I come out to engage the Chaffee, he drives towards me, and then it does become very easy because you don't have to worry so much about leading your shots or doing anything that's crazy like that. But despite our efforts, despite our 3rd kill, taking out the Chaffee, and now our 4th kill, we take out the deadbolt, we're tied. It's 4 tanks to 4 tanks. There is a almost full health Cromwell in position there. I felt like that was not a good engagement. I was kind of bouncing and just came off that other fight and wasn't in a good spot to engage that other Cromwell. So I'm going to come back, move around here, and flank. And we can see it is 4-on-4. It's all human players left, so this is a legitimate close battle coming down to the wire. We slam on the brakes as we get a spot on a Type 58, and he is retreating, and this, so I get spotted, and that's what causes me to stop. I didn't want to go across this valley when I got spotted, but I probably should have. I probably should have just put the pedal to the metal and gone for it full speed and tried to track that guy down and engage him in a one-on-one fight. I think I feel pretty good about my chances in that battle. I'm at pretty high health. Again, this tank isn't like, it's not going to bounce a lot of shells, but hopefully I would have been able to win that engagement. However, it probably was a good decision because the Cromwell relocated to the top of the hill and he just would have been able to shoot down into my side that entire time. So I bail out, and now the one thing the Cromwell doesn't have a ton of is gun depression, so I'm trying to stay down low from this guy so that he can't just shoot down onto me. Meanwhile, we've lost a tank, so now we're down 3 to 4, and I'm trying to figure out how do I help my team have the best chance to win here. And I'm looking for an opportunity to go in a one-on-one fight with the Cromwell. I think, especially because he's got higher health than me, I am not going to win that fight. We do spot the arty, so that's great. So now we're going to aim, and we put one shot in, and I'm trying to get my gun down. There we go. We get the second shot in. We take out the arty. 3 to 3, now I need to get out of here because everybody is rushing me. We take a hit in return, and we are running. We can see both the Type 58 and the Cromwell are there. He's running. I shoot over the back of my tank, try to dip over the hill, but I take another shot in return, and now we are close to a one-shot. It's 135 average damage on the Cromwell's gun. I think it can high roll enough to one-shot me, but usually we'll survive a hit from that tank. And I'm just like running back to my allies. I have a Churchill and an arty back in this corner, so I'm like running towards them, hoping that they will help me. I don't know what the Churchill is doing, hiding in the corner. He's on almost full health. There's nothing back here. Like, is he just babysitting the arty? They're not in a platoon together. I have no idea what's going on. We do see the last enemy, the third enemy, this Type 34 is close to this location. So maybe we can say the Churchill was coming back here to help protect the artillery from the Type T-34. I doubt it, though. It doesn't look like he was moving or doing much to put pressure on that enemy tank until I get here. And unfortunately, as I came around that last corner, immediately after coming around the building, the Type T-34 put in a shot, and now 71 health. If anything hits me, I'm gonna die. I am a one-shot. So I'm hoping that I can just kind of hold here and that the Churchill, because he's on full health, can come around the other side. And there we go. Okay, he's moving. So I was wondering, like, where are you, buddy? Come on, help me out here. But his gun's not pointing the right way. Like, he knows where the threat is. The Type T-34 is over there. Unfortunately, he fires and misses. And again, I'm spotted. I'm proxy spotted. Should I have pushed a little bit earlier here? Maybe as soon as the Churchill got a shot off on the Type T-34. Was that the distraction I needed to go in? But again, I need 2 shots to take that guy out, and he's going to be able to turn and shoot me after my first one, most likely, and then take me out. Unfortunately, after all this delay, the Cromwell shows up again at very long range, taking advantage of the Type T-34, spotting for him, takes out the artillery with his first shot, takes out me with his second shot, and now we're hoping this Churchill can do something, but it's not looking good. The shots, okay, hitting some shots, but he's just getting farmed here by the Cromwell. The Type T-34 is down to a one-shot, but he's not really turning his turret and tracks very effectively. Hey, okay, we got the Type T-34 down. It's a 2-on-1 situation, but the Cromwell is unspotted and at range, and the Churchill's stuck. And yeah, one shot after another goes in. Armor on this tank is pretty good, but, oh, and that's actually not a Churchill. It's an A43 BP. I'm not really familiar with that tank. It looks like some kind of Churchill variant when I was watching the replay earlier, so I figured that's what it was. But definitely a different variant and not exactly a Churchill. And he eventually gets taken out by the Cromwell on the enemy team. So an excellent game for the Cromwell. Unfortunately, it was the Cromwell on the other team there. Blood Execution had a really nice game, 6 kills, 2,614 damage. However, we can see that even though I was on the losing team, I still made the podium here in 3rd place with 5 kills, 2,864 damage, and 1,114 XP. So when I believe that this is kind of a weird mechanic, that the podium thing is a little bit new, I think, from when I stopped playing the game. But when you are on the losing team, if you earn one of the courageous heroes or one of the more prestigious medals, you can get an extra bonus to your XP based on like courageous resistance, I think they call it, at least on the PC side. I've heard it referred to as that. So you get bonus XP as if you had won the game, even though you were on the losing team, and that can then kind of help boost you up into a more respectable amount of XP. So with that, we can see that we had, looking at the detailed stats, 5 kills, 2,864 damage, 29 direct hits. This gun was singing the entire battle. We did 830 assistance damage. I think most of that was spotting, 1 detection. And so this was a non-premium account at the time. 45,000 credits profit is great, right? All of the numbers look really good. And then we get to the surprising thing when we go to the medals page, and we see that this was an ace tanker performance. And I can't quite justify that in my head. This was a great battle, and 1,114 damage XP is good, but it's certainly not great. And on top of all of that, one of my recent videos on the channel, maybe a month ago or so, was in the night where I had 7 kills and I did over 1,500 XP, 1,570, something like that. And it was a first class mastery badge. So I know that the target can shift from week to week on what the ace tanker requires based on how the other people playing the tank are performing. But that is a dramatic shift to go from 1,570 base XP being a first class to 1,114 base XP earning an ace tanker boggles my mind, right? People's skill in this tank is not varying that wildly. I also know way back in the day when I played, there was this like time after, I think it was after a big update, where the ace tanker modifications or rankings would kind of get reset and the bar would be lowered way down. But I thought that went away a long time ago. I thought they fixed that when I played back in the day. So I'm kind of at a loss. I don't get it. If somebody else has an idea as to what's happening here, again, is it just both of those factors and that's all there is to it? I really don't think there is. I think there has to be more to it. But let me know in the comments if you have an explanation for what's happening here. But hey, it's an ace tanker. It was a good performance, so I will take it. Along with that, we get the bruiser, fire for effect, and a high caliber medal. Yes, the enemy Cromwell had a really good game, but we did put out a little bit more damage to secure the high caliber for the match, and then a fighter medal for our number of kills there, a little bit shy of the Top Gun. And then if we take a quick look at the final detailed stats page, we can see, again, 1,114 base XP, 5 kills, 2,864 direct damage, and then another 830 assistance damage. So 3,500 combined. If you told me, you were going to do 3,500 combined damage in the Cromwell Knight, should you get an ace tanker in a vacuum, I would say, yeah, that sounds about worthy of an ace tanker. But the XP is so low, and so again, I throw my hands up. I just don't get it. Again, kudos to Blood Execution in the Cromwell on the enemy team. A better game than I had with over 1,500 base XP. Did he get an ace tanker in the Cromwell, even though it's a different tank than the Knight? I know they would have different requirements, but it's basically the same tank. So was that an ace tanker performance for Blood Execution? 6 kills, 2,614 damage, no assistance, so that does make a little bit of a difference maybe. But again, I'm kind of boggled, and so I thought, let's throw this one out there and let people see it, and maybe I'll learn something beyond what I learned in the battle, about some hesitation, about some when I should have been a little bit more aggressive or taken my chances. Maybe we'll also learn something about some of the mechanics of the game here, if any of you guys have any idea. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.